Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Gavin from Design Tribe, and I'm so excited to bring you another powerful graphics design tutorial today. Let's get straight to it. So the first thing we want to do is to create a new project, and for this project the width is going to be 2000 pixels and the height is 2000 pixels. The resolution is going to be 300 pixels, and I'm just going to click on OK. And now the first thing we want to do is I'll bring in the logo of the company. It's actually a company that produced banking softwares, so I'm going to be designing this based on their primary colors. So the first thing I want to do is I want to pick this yellow color here, and I'll click on OK and apply that to my background. Just do solid color like that. And secondly, I'm going to pick this blue, and for that I'm just going to create a blue shape somewhere here and leave that for now, and I'll disable the logo for the meantime. So this flyer has to present digital transformation. The theme of the flyer is digital transformation. They want to show you how you can transform your bank digitally, like the bank can begin the process of digital transformation. So I'm going to create something that will depict a transition. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use my rectangular tool here, and I'm going to create a shape like this, because this product has like 7 different products within. I'm going to create shapes on which I'm going to actually write the different product names. So once I've created this, I'm going to create a copy. So I'll just press Ctrl J to create a copy like this, and I'll press Ctrl Command T on my keyboard, and I'm going to rotate this to this position, and I'm going to move this till they intersect perfectly like that. So I'm just going to zoom in again and just reposition this to the points that they intersect perfectly, so there is a smooth intersection between the two lines. So I'll zoom back out like that, and now I'm going to select the two layers, press Ctrl T on my keyboard, and I'm going to move this to this point like this. I think something like this is okay. And now I will select this layer, I'll press Ctrl T, and I'll reduce the height to something about this, like this. Now I'll select the two layers again, Ctrl T, and I'll adjust their position to somewhere here, and I think that is okay. So all I'm going to be doing now is to create copies of this, because the products we have to add there is 1 2 3 4 5 6, so we have to create 6 of these, and I'm going to create them in a progressive manner. So I'll just press Ctrl J to pick to create a copy of the two, and I'll move this slightly out like this. And now my goal is to show that this thing keeps increasing like steps. So when I position this, let me just rearrange the previous one. Maybe I position it somewhere here like this. Now I'm going to select these two which I created now, and I'll move them up to about this position like this. And now I'll select this, just this layer above, sorry, Ctrl T, and I'll move this to this position like that. And I'll still select these two, Ctrl J, and I'll move this to this side, making sure that there is equal distance in between them. Just position it there like that, Ctrl T, and I'll increase the height of this like that. And I'm going to select these two layers again, Ctrl J, move it to this point Okay, now I'm going to create one more. Control J. Okay, and I'll just position it like this. They were normally supposed to be 6, but for the sake of this tutorial I'm just going to make 5 of them. So at this point I'm going to bring in, I want all of these things to be well aligned on a straight line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little like that, then I go right to the top. I'll select this blue color like that, and I'll select my rectangle tool, create a straight maybe rectangle like that, and I'm going to press Ctrl or Command J on my keyboard to rotate, and I'll rotate it slightly and position it here. Now I want to use this as a reference to make sure that all of these lines intersect, because I want to create something like a floor at this point. So once I position this here, I will just turn down its opacity a little so I can actually see where the intersections take place and make it look perfect. So once I do that, I'm going to do some slight modifications. Maybe I use this first one. I'll use the first one as a reference. So I'll bring this down so it actually touches here, and now I will rotate this again, Ctrl T, slightly so it's actually aligning with this first one like this. Okay, it aligns perfectly. So now I'm just going to modify the rest of these shapes so they also follow this exact alignment. So I'll move this here, bring this to this point, and I think at that point is fine. I go to the next one, zoom down like this, just bring this till it touches this line, and I'll move this to this point. Okay, the next one, I'm just going to bring this back a little to this point. Now I'm going to bring this here and I position it like that. Then I'll go to the last one, just position it here like that, and I'm going to put this last one here. And now when I zoom out, you're going to see how it looks. So the platform has already been created. My goal was to create a kind of floor down here, floor effect down here. So I may just want to drop the opacity of this blue layer a little more, just like that. And now I'll begin to manipulate this layer. I don't want it to be that big. I just reduce it like that. Come here, I drop this down a little, and here also I'm going to drop this down to this point, and I'm going to increase this. Remember, the theme is digital transformation, so I want to depict a form of transformation, a progression in this design. So once that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a kind of square shape here. For that, I'm going to be using this blue, so I'll just press Ctrl T to transform this guy like that, and maybe I bring it down to this point, something like that. Then Ctrl T, I'm going to skew it. When I press Q, I'm going to move this to this point, move this to this point, and I bring it down. I want it to actually have the same, like it should be like there's a straight line from here going up. So I'm going to skew this down like this, skew this to this point. Okay, and I'll take this to the top like that. Okay, now see that it's actually not the line here is not straight, So I'm going to modify this once again to ensure that everything is now perfectly aligned like that. Ctrl C, step you up a little. Ctrl T, I'll step this up a little. Okay, so at this point I'm going to begin to add the other elements to the design. So I will go to my background, going to bring in this building, this city, I drop it here, and I'll add a clipping mask to it, position it somewhere here. Yeah, I think something like that is going to work just fine. Drop my opacity down to something like this. Then now I'm going to bring in these lights, these lines, to depict the digital transformation. And I'm going to drop the opacity to something, yeah, I think something like that is perfect. Then I will bring in the lady who is kind of announcing the product, bring her to the top here, position her somewhere here like this. Yep, I think this position, or maybe here, is perfect. Okay, then I'm going to just adjust her a little like that. Then now I'm going to type in join the digital transformation. So I'm just going to click here, I'll use Montserrat regular, type in join there, select everything, and I'll bring down my font size to about 12 like that, position it somewhere here. And the next text I'm going to type in is digital transformation. Let me use lowercase, select everything, increase the size to that. I'm going to change the font size, the font color to white like that, and I'm going to move it here, select this, make this bold and italic like that. And for this also, I'm going to maybe change the font. No, I'll just italize it like this, and I don't want this J to, I don't like that J. Maybe I just put a normal J, or I just change the fonts completely to another font, Akumin variable. I think this will work better. Let's space this out like this. Okay, position it here. Now I'm going to type in digital revolution, sorry, not transformation, or type in revolution. And for this I'm going to make it a thin font, think something maybe italic is okay, and Ctrl T, reduce the size to something like this. And I'm going to position it here, Ctrl T, increase the size to something like that. And now I use the same yellow color here to create this square shape like that, which I'm going to position before this. Ctrl T, reduce the size a little to something like that. Then I'll press Ctrl Command T on my keyboard. I'm going to skew it like this to the same angle as this text is italicized, like that. And now I'm going to select the revolution digital and this text, Ctrl T. I'm going to rotate it like this, so it now has the orientation of this line here. And now move this, Ctrl T, increase the size to something like this. And I'm going to add a flare there. Just position it somewhere here. Now change the blend mode to screen like that. And I think that fits perfectly like that. Maybe I will move the digital a little slightly. Okay, this layer should be behind her so it doesn't burn her up. Okay, yeah, I think I like it like that. And now I'm going to activate my the logo, and I'll reduce the size a little like that. Just reposition it somewhere here, and I'm going to create a rectangle beneath that logo to make the logo more visible, something like this. And I'm also going to add the QR code of the company, reduce the size to something like this, and I position it here. So for this, I'm going to position it somewhere else. Let me just keep it here for now. And once I've added every other detail, then we are going to see where to position that. And now, to make this area look a little more real, I'm going to add some more shadows beneath, and I'm going to pick a dark color from my background. Zoom out and just dab here like this. Drop my opacity, dab a few times. I think that looks a little better. And now I'm going to create this lady's shadow on the floor, and for this line it looks a little too thick, so I'm going to add a layer mask to it, and I'll reduce the flow of my brush to about 14, and I'll paint out some of the details just to make it a little softer than it is. It looks a little too hard, so I want to make it look a little real, more real than it is now. Okay, I think with that we are good to go. And I'm now going to draw some shadows for her. So I'm going to add a layer here, use my brush, make it a black brush, and I'm going to convert my brush to this modify the shape of my brush like this, and yeah, my flow down about 22. Just going to dab somewhere here like that, maybe here too, here and here, just to create an illusion of a shadow. And drop the opacity down a little, something like that. Okay, now I'm just going to be adding the various characteristics of the product. So the first one, product does agency banking, so I will select a dark blue color here, and I'm going to type in agency banking, Ctrl V, break that down, close it up like this, and I think I'm going to make this maybe bold, and I reduce the font size to something like that, and I'll close it up again. Perfect. Now let me say semi bold, make this blue, let me give it a blue color. Okay, and I'm going to press Command T, and I rotate this counterclockwise 90 degrees, and I'm going to reduce the size to something like this. Now I'm going to position it here, agency banking. I'll create a copy, position it here, just copy the next, copy, Ctrl V, just like that. And I'm going to copy the next product, Ctrl J, Ctrl V. I'm going to click here to split it up like that, and I will move this to this point like that, and then I'm going to use merchant management, Ctrl C, Ctrl J, move this to this point, Ctrl V, like that. Then I'll take digital wallet to this position, bring this somewhere here like that, and I'll switch it with, say, card management, Ctrl V, card management, and for this I'm going to maybe position it somewhere here like that. And now I may want to refine these colors a little, and I want to give it a greenish kind of look. I think something like this is better. For this, I'm going to select this color and apply to to this shape like that, and here also I'm going to select that and apply that. And up here, instead of a square, I'm going to use a circle. Change that to white, and I'll just draw a circle like this, fill it with white, and I will move it to this position. Oh, let me separate the layers. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, let me create a new shape which is separate like that. And I'm going to position it here like this, and I'll bring this guy up here like that. And just move this a little like that, and I feel like I should make this downer part a little darker than it looks, so I'll add another layer here. Use this color with my brush. Make sure it's a soft brush, and I'm going to zoom out like that, and I'll just dab on these points. Just like that. Okay, maybe increase my flow back to 100% and just dab like this. Then I'm going to drop the opacity down a little. Okay, then at this point I want to add some noise to my background. Just go to filter, noise, add noise, convert it to a smart object, and I'll add noise, something like that. So the background doesn't look very different from this. That the noise enables this image to work well with the background, so it will not look too artificial. And last thing I'll do, like always, is to select the whole design like this, and I'll just create a copy, convert it to a smart object, and I'm just going to go to camera raw filter and do my final touches, color grading, adjustment to the colors in the design. So I may want to draw my highlights a little, give a little more contrast to the design like this, turn on the white a little and dehaze it, yeah, like that. And I want to sharpen it a little, somewhere about that. And okay, that is it for the design of today. Thank you for watching, and if you are not yet subscribed, do well to subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button so YouTube can suggest these videos to others. And if you have any question, you can drop in the comment section. If you have any video you want me to do, anything you want to learn, drop it in the comment section, and I'll do my best to see how I can do a video for that. Thank you for watching. See you. Bye bye.